Hey guys, Mark Allen, BHSpringSolutions LLC, BHSpringSolutions.com, back again for another session of High Power University. This is both a High Power University standalone session and also intended for inclusion in BHSpringSolutions evaluation and analysis of the Inglis L9A1 High Power clone. We have that right here, highly modified now. This one contains all of BHSpringSolutions upgrades in it, but this is not the actual subject of the day. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the subject of the day, and the subject of the day is right there. That is a magazine that is being shipped with and coming with the Inglis L9A1. We don't know if these magazines that I'm going to show you right now are showing up anywhere else in any of the other high power clones from Turkey or not, but we're just going to show you our observations and we'll go from there. We picked up on this, that there was a difference in the magazines that are being shipped with the Inglis. What we picked up on was this, is you're going to notice right there, if you see this gap between the slide stop and the top of this lockup notch in the slide, that gap should not be there. That gap is caused by the slide stop is not fully engaging or not being fully engaged by the magazine follower, and because it's not camming all the way up, and it's not going into full lockup of the slide. Now I just put in a Metgar magazine, and now you see no gap. Does the same thing with the original slide stop. It's no different, and in what you see from this perspective, this is full lockup of the slide stop in the lockup notch in the slide. And again, we just have the same looking 15 round magazine that came with the Inglis, and we get that. Now the implication of that is watch my thumbnail here. Be able to manipulate the slide stop. I wasn't even using my whole thumb. That would be impossible against the pressure from the recoil spring with the slide locked back if we had full lockup. Okay, so what is this about? Why are we not getting full lockup of the slide stop in the slide? Another implication of this is I was, racking the slide and observing this with both of these magazines, and with the magazine that came with the Inglis, I had one event where the slide was locked back and the pistol was being hit. I was holding the pistol in my right hand, and the slide just slammed home without me doing a thing. That means there was so little metal that was being held there that it just didn't hold in the slide lock back position. So these look like the same magazines. This one says made in Italy. This is the one that came with the Inglis, HP15. It's not really the same engraving as we see on the Metgar magazines, and we don't have the same Metgar inscription here, but it looks like something maybe, I guess, partially made at Metgar or something. But we started looking for where are the differences in these. Look at the height of the mag follower first. The mag follower is right here. And if it looks like this one is riding lower than this one, and this one is riding higher, this is the one that's fully engaging the slide stop. And this is the one that came with the Inglis that does not fully engage the slide stop. It's not pushing high enough. In other words, the height of this follower matters, and it's not pushing high enough to get full engagement of any slide stop in this pistol. Another thing that we noticed, no difference in the height of the magazines whatsoever. You can see there, those are identical. However, on the back, we do see a difference as well. And the difference is here. Here's the Metgar, and here's the one that came with the Inglis. And we see this kind of dug out here at the back of the magazine, and we're straight across on the Metgar. I don't know that makes a whole world of difference to anything. The difference, the main difference, if any, is the Inglis magazine does tend to expose about half of the primer, whereas you have good primer coverage of the primer in the Metgar mag. And we also have determined that the round is tending to ride a little higher in the Metgar mag as well. When we gauge them, that's the Metgar gauge. And I'm going to show you it. You'll actually be able to see this. We'll put this round into the Inglis magazine, we'll call it, and we put our gauge tool in place, and you see lots more room, at least that's the way I'm seeing it, between the bottom of the gauge tool and the top of the cartridge casing. So then they're holding a little differently, but as far as how the magazine gauges, both of these are gauging fine. They're parallel with the gauge tool itself. I'm going to take these apart real quick, and we're going to show you what they changed on the inside. This is the Metgar here on the left, and this is the Inglis, I guess, on the right. We do have different shape of inner base plate, so that is a change. We did see one thing that I guess you would say would be a plus, and that is the Inglis magazine, the follower is affirmatively attached or held to the magazine spring. On the Metgar, it's normal for it to not be, and it would be oriented like that, and then back into the magazine, and it is not in any way affirmatively attached. So, let's see if I can show it this way. So these are the same, magazine bodies themselves, but as you can see, we're going to take up more space in the magazine with this design. So where did they buy the space back or give the space back from? And it was given back out of the spring. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to line that spring up, and you're going to notice there's about one less coil of spring in the magazine spring in the Inglis magazine compared to the Metgar. But naturally, you'd expect longer life out of more spring, and that's typical. You start cutting down a spring to do the same job, and probably you're going to have a shorter life. They did get stability with the follower that's more like a Metgar 13 round instead of a 15 round magazine. But the give back is in the spring, and it's too bad the follower is not coming up high enough in the magazine in order to effectively engage the slide stop fully into the slide. So we wanted to show this really for proper and correct function in a high power, especially that full engagement of the slide stop. The Inglis magazines that we have here that came with the Inglis L9A1 that we have do not do it. And this is a strong rationale for, I guess you'd say, the genuine Metgar magazine product that has been proven for a very long time. It appears the ones that are coming with the Inglis do have some trade-offs or some compromises. And again, the biggie, the spring life here, usually your feed lips in a magazine, in a high power magazine, give up the ghost before the magazine spring does, quite honestly. It's the reason we have a magazine gauge tool to gauge that angle. And a reason why we recommend that for every high power owner, and know that your magazines are in good shape and they're gauging correctly. The biggie here is the follower's not correctly functioning the slide stop into all the way into the fully engaged position. Folks, thanks for watching. I'm Mark Allen, BHSpringSolutions LLC, BHSpringSolutions.com for High Power University.